Hey, what's up, everyone? It's TJ. Real quick, before Peter and I get started, if you would do me a huge solid and hit that subscribe button, we are climbing and climbing and climbing, and we want you to be a true friend of the podcast and help us boost our content to other wrestling fans so that we can all get together and talk about how not fake wrestling is. All right, thanks. Oh, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to How Is This Fake? I hope you're ready for our SummerSlam Night 2 breakdown.
Number two, the
Take our
best,
shit.
the better than number one, because night two is going to be better than number one. Um, and if it's anything like Dynamite tonight, I'm going to be disappointed because Dynamite sucked. Well, that's what we were talking about. It sucked. Hangman and Mox too was not, or Hangman and Mox, I don't know, probably 57. I don't know how many times they fought each other, was not good. Um, yeah.
Anything else on Dynamite worth noting?
Um, no, Tony Storm,
Go.
she's cool.
Oh, yeah. Well, tomato, tomato.
Yeah.
Not tomato, tomato. What is water's wet? That's no. Sky's
Water is
blue.
wet.
Something
Sky is blue.
uncontroversial.
Um, I'm thinking your boy, he's heading to Chicago, where the second city saint, CM Punk. Ooh, this Tiger Bomb smells good. Is from tomorrow. I'm gonna wear my CM Punk hat on the plane because I am a basic woman. And but I'm going to this cards and sports collectible show. There's gonna be a bunch of wrestlers there. There's gonna be a bunch of sports people there. Gary V is going to be there, so your boy is going to try to talk to Gary V and see if he wants to help me film some content for
Gary V.
How Is This Fake? Friend of the podcast, inspiration to all of us 30-something-year-old men who are just trying to make a living being content creators.
That'll be cool. Can I give
Yeah.
you real quick, because that reminded me of something, and then we can get into these matches, because we already, are you know how we've floated the idea of starting a Patreon and having all the pre-episode banter thrown in there because
Oh,
it's
yeah.
good stuff, like all the stuff we were talking about.
That is stuff that people need to pay me to talk about, because that was
Exactly. I don't want anyone digging that shit up.
Yeah.
But so, anyways, this episode might be a little short just because we were having fun without all the listeners out there. But okay,
Yeah.
here's my
Yeah.
theory. So you know how everyone's afraid the AI is going to take over all the jobs, and it's going to automate everything, and nobody's going to work, and all that kind of stuff. I think that is going to create a sense of hyper community and hyper like artisanship. So you're not going to need to travel everywhere because the AI is going to make sure that everything's where it needs to be. There's going to be all those infrastructures put in place, which I don't think we should depend on that, but I think that's how it's going to be. And then no one's going to
100%.
have anything to do. So it's going to be like we got 15 basket weavers in our little suburb here. And so, anyways, I don't know why Gary V made me think of that, but because everyone's going to be content creators, whether
Yep.
it's basket
Whether they
weavers
want to
or
be or
wrestling.
not.
Yeah, no, it's going to be the age of if you want to be a dinosaur, you can be a dinosaur, and I want to be a cowboy when I grow up, and all that kind of shit. You can do it because what else are we going to do? We got nothing to do. But
Love it.
anyways, so tell Gary V that. See what he
I
says.
will. I'll let him know.
All right, first match of the night. You ready for this?
I'm ready, dude. Throw it at me.
It's the one that you didn't give a shit about. Our favorite female wrestlers, women's wrestlers, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez.
Oh, that's night one.
Wait, it is? I just clicked on this on Sunday.
Yeah, that's night one. According to CBS Sports. We talked a little bit about it in the last episode.
Wait, I'm on USA Network. No wonder they got out of there.
Yeah. Well, they're on.
Okay,
That's for SmackDown.
you got night two pulled up.
I got night two pulled up. That's night one.
Okay.
That match is gonna suck.
Yeah.
You know what else match is going to probably suck?
Hmm.
Dominic Mysterio and AJ Styles.
You think so?
I do. I
You
don't think it's
that
gonna
could
be
a
good.
sleeper, like an old school Eddie and Chris Jericho kind of match?
The problem is this: the money is having the Intercontinental Championship on Dominic Mysterio going to AAA. Knowing that, I think this might be a good segue for us to run back um, Dominic Mysterio or sorry, AJ Styles and Finn Balor or something like that down the line. But I do not think this would be the last time that these two face each other for the championship. I think AJ Styles shows up in AAA and costs Dominic Mysterio that match, so they could put the AAA championship on El Grande Americano, which is going to happen. But I think it's predictable. I think Dominic Mysterio wins. I think that not only does he win, Roxanne Perez helps him win, and that's it.
Alrighty. I
I think it sucks.
I don't think Dom's losing. Um, but I'm expecting a good match. I could care less about the story. This is one of those situations where I hope the match is really good more than I care about the story, which is usually not how I operate. But yeah. All right, what's next?
Well, let's stick with those mid card championships. Let's talk the dude. I texted you this the other day. Okay, there is. I know we were talking about the Bird Lady. We've talked a lot about the Bird Lady. I have a little crush, I think, on the Bird Lady. Now that is, if we clip that, that's gonna sound pretty weird.
No.
But Lyra
Smash.
Valkyria has really grown on me as a performer, as everything. I do not think that she wins this match. I think that somehow Bailey is still involved. Also, I think night number two is going to be just filled with hijinks and people costing other people's matches. Beatdowns are going to happen. I think somehow Bailey gets involved in this match, and we go to Paris. Becky, Bailey, and Lyra. And if anything, Lyra wins it again over there.
Are they
Or,
going back to
or I love
Ireland or
the
anything like that?
I know, but I love the idea of. I don't know if you remember last. I think it was when they were in Paris and they were to hey Bailey ooh ah. I think that's where they were. I love the idea of Bailey winning the Intercontinental Championship in Paris.
Well, they would also do the big woo,
Yeah,
woo. God, I look like a
they would
fucking
do the Big Bird
condor.
Lady stuff too. It reminds me of the everybody. I used to think it was ridiculous when everybody would do the whole Finn Balor thing, but
I
this whole
remember,
the Bird
yeah,
Lady thing is just as bad.
I remember saying how not great it was and she needed to drop it, but what do
Yeah,
I know? What do I know?
but
All
I do
right,
think Becky takes this because Bailey helps.
yeah, I guess you're right, but I do want the Bird Lady to win. I'm rooting for the Bird Lady.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
We got Solo and Jacob Fatu. We talked a little bit about this one. It's a steel cage match because a steel cage is supposed to keep everybody out. Um, Solo wins this one. This is again also the problem. The problem I have with the my family of Tongans and the rest of the bloodline, and I really was thinking about this a lot as I was watching that I was watching the WWE Untold or Unreal. And I was thinking about it a lot because they give a whole breakdown of the family and how important it is to have all of these family members that are in WWE now, and they just more of them keep showing up. I don't think that we get Zilla Fatu anytime soon in there now because he's teaming up with Enzo and TNA. But
He's got a
I
match with
do,
Bully Ray. Did you see that?
yeah. But they've wrestled each other before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. Bully Ray's fought all these guys except for Solo. But I think that Solo wins. I think there's some crazy hijinks. I think that the family of Tongans come out. I think that Tama Tonga comes back, and there's a huge beatdown taking place of Jacob Fatu. Out comes Jimmy, and then Roman and Jay come out and make the save after winning the night before, probably.
Do you really think we're gonna go back to where we just left
I
in January?
well, let me ask you
I mean,
this.
I can see it. Like I don't think any of your what you're saying is like out of the question. it's just like, man, that Bloodline story was so good, and I feel like if they did it now, it would just be like shitting all over. Be like the band getting back together, and no one sounds as good as they used to.
Let, let me ask you this, because I have an idea. But unless what other thing makes sense for Survivor Series than these guys versus each other again?
I don't know. Didn't we just talk about it?
Yeah,
Didn't
yeah.
I say
And
something?
I don't remember, but I don't think anything makes sense. I was thinking, you know, I'm pretty darn convinced that Seth Rollins is not really hurt
Yeah.
and he's going to come and cash in because it makes no sense to keep this Money in the Bank champ. Like, why remind everybody about the Money in the Bank championship existing or the Money in the Bank briefcase existing and having Paul Heyman carried around and stuff like that? Because it would be so cool if everybody just forgot about Seth Rollins and then he showed back up with the Money in the Bank. Unless they were planning on doing something with it, it doesn't make any sense for him to continue to have it because the impact would be so much better if we forgot all about it existing and then he shows back up. So unless they add two more people to the stupid team name insert here, that is the Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins to do a Survivor Series match with them. I think the only group that it makes sense to do it with is the Bloodline people. And even if so, I don't know if we should put Bronson Reed back
In a War Games match.
in a
See,
War Games match.
that's the thing. We're just repeating shit at this point.
Unless he runs it back. I want to see him break both of his legs again then if that's the case.
He just breaks the other one. Oh no, because he
He
broke
broke he
both of
broke
them
both.
too.
Yeah, he broke them.
That's right.
Um but
He
yeah,
just
I
breaks
think
his wrist this time.
yeah, but as far as SummerSlam goes, Solo Sikoa walks away the champion.
I
And
think
that's the
so
bottom
too.
line because Solo Sikoa said so.
We've talked about how there's so many faces in WWE, and that's totally true, but nobody likes Solo. Nobody is like cheering for him, no matter what. So we're either booing him because we don't like his character, or we just think he's boring, and that's a good way to not like someone and to get heat is to you know, in this day and age, I think Solo's a good example of a heel because
Yeah,
he still gets booed.
he does get booed.
All right,
All
who's
right,
up
let's talk.
next?
Let's talk this next match, and then we can get to what I think are going to be the two best matches of the whole entire weekend. So this next match, Naomi, Io Sky, and Rhea Ripley. I think it makes sense to have Naomi keep a championship on her, but at the same time, I think it also makes sense for Jade Cargill to somehow come out and get involved here after maybe Jade Cargill does beat Tiffy. And then now we're leading into Survivor Series with the champ. Survivor Series at one point used to be all the Raw champions versus all the SmackDown champions. So maybe we head back to that, and Naomi and Jade run it back again. But I think there's a sleeper situation that we are not thinking about here. And Rhea Ripley is way too over. Now, when you think Rhea Ripley, do you think Cardi B?
No.
No. But we're unless I just don't know where because Cardi B, I think she's gonna be involved in this night somehow, some way. Because there's a major celebrity stuff involvement going on night one with Jelly Roll. So Cardi B's night is gonna be night two. I just don't know where unless you have her do a segment with Chelsea Green. I just think it makes most sense to put Cardi B somewhere in this mix.
I don't think you're going to see Cardi B in the ring. I
I
think
don't know. She was
they
talking
I
about it.
what'd she say?
I think Cardi B is built to be a professional wrestler.
Oh, no, 100%, but I am so lately I'm just so disappointed in WWE overhyping everything.
Yeah, that's a good
So
point.
her
I think
celebrity
if
involvement to
Mercedes
me is
Moné,
like next like ringside.
yeah, probably you're probably right.
No,
I'm
no, I don't want to
overbooking it.
squash your dreams.
No, you're
No.
probably right
What did
because
Cardi B
honestly,
say?
as much as I can't stand Mercedes Monet, I would much rather have a Sasha Banks and Cardi B encounter than anything else.
Dude, what about Cardi B and Tony Storm?
Yeah, that would be great. Something like that.
Cardi B and Chelsea Green is not bad. That's going to be funny.
It would be very funny. It would be very funny, and they've kind of hinted at it already. But I don't know. I don't know where Cardi B gets involved. Either way, I think Naomi needs to walk away for the champion here, and think we need to get away from Io Sky and Rhea Ripley because they've been doing it too many times now.
All right.
Also, all right, so let's get to the match. Okay, you know what though? Speaking of Io Sky and Rhea Ripley, if you go and we could talk about it, and we could talk about it the next time that we talk, because I think we can make a whole episode just out of that. With the fact that we went to WrestleMania 41 and the garbage that was WrestleMania 41, but you need to watch WWE Unreal first before we could talk about it. Because when you go and you look at how freaking awesome the card was going to be and what we
I
got,
I
it
only
was.
watched the first episode, and I
I
was
don't curse.
honestly
It's
like,
very rare I curse on here, but that was bullshit what we got in comparison to what we could have been.
"Do you never curse on here? Am I the only one?
I try my best not to.
Are are you embarrassed of me?
No, no, no.
Should I try less?
No,
Should
no,
I or
no, no.
try
I just
more?"
try my best. I just try my best not to. I feel like in my own head I need to respect you more and not curse. But it was bullshit what we got.
It's probably because you have
Because
a job and I don't.
yeah, no, I don't think that's it. But I do know people I work with listen to us though.
Well, I no, I think I saw a picture of like a whiteboard that had the card on it floating
Yeah.
around on social media. So I'll get to it because I did actually want I meant to see if you want to talk about that a little bit tonight before we did the
No,
SummerSlam thing. But
no, we need to that's a full episode's worth of getting pissed off and me ranting.
all right.
But you know, like one of the great things we could have gotten was that ladder match that we got on that was on the after the SmackDown before. I don't know, but now we're getting a six tag team ladder TLC match. This is going to be the best, probably one of the best matches in WWE history, in my opinion. I'm calling it now. Is going to end up being it's either going to be in the top three best matches of the year, or I'm going to hate everything about it and have so much to complain about it because I overhyped it so much. I want DIY to win, if not the Wyatt Six. But I honestly now we're getting this whole Wyatt Six Halloween Horror Nights house that if they have, it's just going to look so bad if they don't use the Wyatt Six at least through the end of the year.
They no wait if they we're gonna see some spooky shit, I think,
Yeah,
in this match. I
probably.
don't
I
know
hope
how,
so.
but some kind of supernatural spot where the Wyatt Six forced the 10 other people in the match to so that's right, it was 12, it's a 12-man match. Six
Yeah,
tag teams.
yeah.
It'll be interesting. But I'm hoping, it's gonna be a spot fest. It's gonna be a lot of fun. WWE ladder matches are always, fun. So I could give a shit who wins. I'm just hoping it is
It's
what
going
you
to be
say it is
fun.
in top three match of the year.
I'm thinking, I don't know. We need something spooky because that ridiculous Undertaker segment. The Undertaker is not spooky anymore. We need something spooky. The Undertaker doesn't have it anymore. I did hear it, Joe. Do you know who Jimmy Carr is?
Yeah.
He
Oh yeah, I did with
did you
the
see
Hulk
that
Hogan
joke
and the
with
Undertaker.
the Hulk Hogan and the Undertaker? Yeah, if you don't know what we're talking about, go look it up. But
I love that dude.
yeah, it was a phenomenal joke. If Hulk, do you think when they brought what was it? If you do you think when they brought Hulk Hogan to the Undertaker, it was the actual Undertaker?
Yeah.
It's like anyway. All right, let me tell you something, brother. Let's talk this main event.
Okay.
I do not think it is a coincidence that we are when this WWE, even all of the commercials. Okay, you don't need to watch it to know that all of these commercials have been a huge talk about John Cena turning heel and The Rock's involvement going into WrestleMania and all the fans participating and everything. I don't think it's a coincidence. I think it's planned out that this match is when it is. I do think that somehow we get the double turn here.
Cody heel, Cena face.
Yep. Which could you imagine The Rock costing John Cena? Like we're going through John Cena's greatest hits of matches. Arguably outside of CM Punk and Edge and Randy Orton, I guess. But we've already done CM Punk, we've already done Randy Orton. We're not going to get Edge. Imagine Cena's last match is against The Rock. He's not doing anything right now. Let's hold on. I have IMDb up right now. Let's look up Dwayne Johnson's schedule because that stupid. It's not gonna be. It's actually gonna be a pretty decent movie.
That would be a
The one
stain on the legacy of John Cena. I'm sorry. That
you
match
think
would
so?
not. They are too old to get in there by themselves. Cena is slowing down. The last time we saw The Rock in a ring was 2 years ago, and it was great, but he had three other guys in the ring with him.
That's true. It doesn't matter. It's not gonna happen. The dude has 13 movies coming out in the next 3 years. He's not gonna have time for that. He's got Fast 11, and then his own untitled Fast film is coming out. For some reason, we're getting a San Andreas 2. Um, there's this
San Andreas
pre-production.
2
Yeah,
Aftershocks.
yeah, that's what it's gonna be. Doctor Savage is a film he's making. Untitled Hawaiian set crime drama.
You
Oh,
know,
he's the
I've heard
star
that
of the Monster Jam animated film.
that's gonna be cool. I'm gonna
He
see that.
doesn't have enough time to do that, so I don't know where. I do think that
If he
somehow The
wants to
Rock is
win,
involved, and there's the double turn.
if he wants to win an Oscar, maybe he should focus on like maybe two movies a year where you can really like hone in on the character.
If
And
he's gonna get an Oscar, it's gonna be for the. If he's gonna get an Oscar nomination, it will be for his next movie.
yeah, I also think what was that Raging Bull? No, not Raging Bull. That's the name of
The
another movie.
smashing machine.
Smashing.
Yeah,
Dude,
but
sometimes I
I'm
say
pretty sure that that was the guy's that he's playing because it's a biopic. I'm pretty sure that was his
right.
nickname,
Now I
Mark the
saw
Smashing Machine Kerr or something like that.
when we saw Superman, that trailer played, and I was like, damn, that looks
Yeah,
pretty good.
it does
But
look good.
dude, okay, so we got a reel going around and a short on YouTube of me saying that heel Cena will retire or heel Cody will retire John Cena. I hope Cody wins the title off of Cena in December. Or okay, hold on. If The Rock betrays Cena and we get a double turn, does Cody take the title?
I think if John Cena is going to lose the title in this run, he loses it now.
So then what does he do for the next, however many months until he retires? What is his goal? To win it back?
To win back the fans.
I think it's weak
But
because
that's
he's
what I
still getting
think.
cheered.
Yep, I think to win back the fans, to give the fans what they want, to have one last hurrah. I lost sight of what really mattered, and it's you guys. I wouldn't be here as long if it wasn't for you guys. I wouldn't have came back if it wasn't for you guys.
And please watch
Uh,
Peacemaker season 2.
yeah, watch, and but that's a big part of it. I think it's hard. It's gonna with Peacemaker season 2 coming out next month. I think with all the promotional stuff, I think it's gonna be very hard for him to have big name programs and be that representative for the company while doing all that.
I gotta start Peacemaker 2. It's supposed to be a direct sequel to Superman.
Yeah, I got to start Peacemaker in general. I never watched it, but now I got to.
Me too. Well, I guess season 1's not canon,
Yeah, but
so
I
I don't
gotta.
need
What's it
to.
called? If I don't watch it,
You're gonna who's
then
this guy? Who's this
yeah,
chick?
yeah, I gotta watch it.
Um, Either way, we think okay, are you going to be disappointed? Now, this is like dude, this is like WrestleMania shit. Like I don't even want to get excited for it because
How
I'm
much of a
so nerd.
letdown?
Yeah, I don't want to expect The Rock. Like I'm not excited to see The Rock because I love Dwayne Johnson. That just means the story is it's just better
Yeah.
than not, and it just feels like a big letdown like you said. So I don't know. It makes sense. I don't know how long they can keep doing this when The Rock's here. He's a bad guy because sometimes he leaves. And
You're not wrong.
they gotta do something. But if Cena doesn't go after Cody, who does? Sammy. Sammy beats Karrion
Um,
Cross. Karrion Cross retires. Sammy gets the number one contenders match on Raw, and or doesn't retire. He gets future endeavored. Sammy gets the title contendership spot on Raw against
eventually,
one of the Creeds and
good guy Jacob
Kaiser.
Fatu.
There you go.
I think that's the WrestleMania match, though. I think your two main events of WrestleMania is Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins and Jacob Fatu and Cody Rhodes.
Dude, that's so sick. It'd be like WrestleMania 21 with Batista and Cena going over.
Yeah,
New generation. Holy God.
but
All right,
we'll
buddy.
see.
We're running the clock down here. You got anything else you want to say? Any last words before
Uh,
SummerSlam and your trip to Chicago?
be on the lookout. Your boy is going to be at the sports convention. He's going to be looking for all of the professional wrestling related sports things at the National Sports Collectors Convention, and it's going to be posted up on the TikTok. Follow us everywhere, HITF Pod.
Yes. And also look
And
for
that's it, buddy.
socials. I'm going to put them up, but my wife does have footage of me ring announcing. It is very small because she was watching our kid at the same time and he was not cooperating. But there is footage. I'm going to post it.
And we're planning some big interviews soon. Hopefully, guys, if
I think
Johnny the Bull
I
ever gets back to me, and we're gonna have some other surprises. But
we'll see you later.
later, everybody.